Back to Hannibal, The Return of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn is a pretty decent film. This is a Disney film from 1990. It's directed by Paul Krasny, written by Roy Johansen, based of course on Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, with a cast including Raphael Sbarge as Tom Sawyer, Mitchell Anderson as Huckleberry Finn, and various others. And I rather enjoyed it. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn. I've seen several films, I've enjoyed them all, but I've never been overly enthusiastic to explore more. I just enjoy them as I come across them. If you are a big fan of the characters, you might feel very differently about these characters or this story, and I would love to know what you think in general, but particularly if you're a big fan of the characters, does this deliver what you expected? Do you think it was a worthwhile story to tell? I'd love to know what you think, but personally, I rather enjoyed it. They're now much older, and one is a lawyer, one is a reporter, and they're working on solving a murder of which Jim has been accused. And of course, they don't think Jim actually did this. And it is a decent way to continue spending time with the characters. I think everything felt believable. Their personalities felt believable. I felt like the characters were the same, but much older. But again, if you have a much stronger connection to the characters, you might feel very differently. I also need to point out I've never read the books. I have seen quite a few adaptations at this point, but I've never read them. And I know I need to change that. I definitely will at some point. But for now, I can say the characters felt believable based on my experiences. With regards to the story itself, it does work well. And I particularly enjoyed the second half when we dig much more into the investigation aspect. I won't spoil it by saying how that comes about or anything, but it works really well. And I was emotionally invested more and more as it went on. It didn't take me too long to get into it. It wasn't immediate. But I'd say relatively quickly I started to really care about this investigation, and I really eventually needed to know answers. So the story does work well. It is engaging. For me, it was easy to feel invested. Great characters, obviously with Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, but the other characters as well. Great performances and great music, great camera work and lighting. The costumes look good. I was really happy with the experience. I went in with no specific requirements. I wasn't looking for anything in particular, and I don't think I'd ever really thought about the characters growing up or what I thought their careers might be, so there wasn't anything there that I was expecting or hoping for, and I enjoyed the experience. Again, you may have a different perspective, you may be looking for something specific, and I'd love to know if that's the case, but from my perspective, I can say back to Hannibal. The Return of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn was an enjoyable story with great, believable characters. Visually it's great, the music's great, absolutely no problems. I doubt I'd ever watch it again, but it's certainly one that I had a lot of fun with, and if it sounds like a film for you, then I'd say it's worth watching.